The Sealed Book of Mormon, chapter 92. Behold, this form of government was upon the earth in the days of Adam, and was established by him for the benefit of all his children. And in the beginning, Adam and all of his children followed the plan of the Father, and were an exceedingly happy and righteous people. Yea, there were no poor among them, and each of them was valued equally to every other soul upon the earth. And at that time there had been no value placed upon the things of the world, so that no one thing might be sold for a profit, or that a man might gain power and control over another because of the riches that he possessed. And in these early years of the life of Adam and Eve, the people were like unto the people of the city of Enoch, which was taken from off the earth because of its righteousness in living according to all the commandments and laws of the Father. And now ye of the latter days should understand this thing, even that in the early years of the life of Adam and Eve, the whole earth and its inhabitants were righteous and happy. Now did they have the technology and the advancements of science which ye of the latter days have? Yea, did they have the art and the music and the theatre and the sports and the games and all of those things which ye of the latter days believe bring you happiness? And those things which ye believe bring you the comforts of life, did Adam provide these things for his children? Behold, Adam was a prophet of God, and was like unto many of the prophets of old, who saw the future of his children, even unto the latter days. Yea, he saw the great technology and the scientific advancements that would one day be upon the earth, and instituted among all of his descendants, according to the plan of Lucifer. And when he saw these things, he also witnessed the great wickedness and abominations that were brought out into the world because of these things. And in the things which he saw, he was saddened greatly because of the choices that would be made by his descendants when they used this power of God to serve their own selfish needs. And he saw the great destruction of the earth and its environs because of these things. And it was for this reason that Adam revealed none of these things unto his children. Now Adam had his free agency, and could have taught his children concerning this power of God that would bring about these scientific advancements and this technology, if he had not been commanded by the Lord to keep the knowledge of these things away from his children. And even if Adam had not received this commandment of the Lord, he would not have revealed these things unto his children, knowing that they would misuse the power of God, as his descendants would in the latter days, and bring upon themselves misery and sickness and inequality, and all the vicissitudes of the body and soul, from which those of the latter days shall suffer. Now, in the days of Adam, the people lived for many years in health and strength. Even for hundreds of years did they live at this time. But in the latter days, the days of a man shall be shortened exceedingly, because of the laws of health, which all of the people of the earth disobey and do not understand. And those days shall also be shortened for the sake of the elect, who shall be forced to suffer exceedingly because of the wickedness of those days. Nevertheless, as I have explained unto you, that the technology and the knowledge of these things shall be given unto you in the last days by Satan, so that it shall be possible that ye do not grow old in the state of flesh in which ye shall find yourselves, but if ye receive by this technology the ability to live forever in a state of youth, this doth not necessarily mean that ye shall exist in a state of health and happiness. Behold, I have explained unto you that the laws of health of the Father forbiddeth the cooking of food, which destroyeth the natural order that hath been established for those things that were created to bring nourishment to our bodies. And in the latter days most of the food that shall be consumed shall be those things which are processed by those who seek to get gain. And there shall be laws set up among you that shall require that any food that is sold unto you must be heated, to kill those things which ye believe can cause sickness to the flesh. Now, if the fire that ye apply to your food killeth those things which might be harmful unto you, according to your understanding, then do ye not suppose that those things which are most beneficial to you shall also be killed when this heat is applied? I say unto you that any food that passeth through the process of heat shall be no good for your bodies, and shall be the means and cause of all of your infirmities in the latter days. And even those of you who shall choose to live in your youth without experiencing the effects of the natural aging process, yea, ye shall also die because of the disease and pestilence that shall come from cooking your food. And in the latter days there shall be many people who shall be unhealthy and sick because of the food which they eat. And there shall be many others who shall be sick and afflicted because of the technology that ye have developed among you, that causeth you to become inactive and overweight because of the easiness of your lives, which Satan hath given unto you according to his plan. Now, if ye are young and are excessively overweight, what cause of joy do ye have to live? Do ye enjoy the bodies that ye have, which shall not grow old, yet are obese and susceptible to all manner of disease that can end your life anyway? Yea, is the quality of your life sufficient unto you to bring you the happiness that ye desire? I say unto you that ye are not happy, but are miserable. And if it were not for the things that Satan hath provided for you to assuage your unhappiness, then you would have no desire to live. And now I shall give unto you a description of the lifestyle and manner of living of those during the time that the Lord shall be upon the earth in the power of the Father. And in this description ye shall see the great benefits of health and strength that shall come to all of those who follow the plan of the Father. And if ye were to follow the plan of the Father in all things, then ye would know true happiness, which is a joy that lasteth forever under the eternal plan that our Father hath given us to provide this never-ending happiness. Behold, in that day there shall also be no death. And the reason why there shall be no death is because none who are upon the earth shall grow old, and all shall grow to the age of their maturity, and remain in that state forever. And the Lord shall begin to cleanse the earth from the manner in which technology and science is used to bring happiness to those of you in the latter days. For behold, any use of this technology or science that destroyeth the natural order of the earth shall no longer be permitted to remain upon the earth. Yea, the oil which ye of the latter days take from the earth shall be used no more. Even all of the waste byproducts of your efforts to provide energy for the function of those things which ye have developed because of your advancements in science and technology, even all these things shall be taken from off the earth. For in the day of the Lord, the power of the natural sun shall be used to give to the earth all things which are necessary for the happiness and enjoyment of its inhabitants. Behold, it is this power that giveth life unto the plants which provide the foods that we should eat to maintain our strength and our health, and the process by which these plants captivate and use the power of the sun shall be introduced and used by the Lord and his servants to provide the people of the earth with all the energy that they need to be happy. And Satan shall strive to give this knowledge of the power of the sun to the children of men in the latter days, before the coming of the Lord. But the knowledge that he shall give unto those who worship him and receive his mark shall be a knowledge that affecteth the natural state in which the earth was created. And this knowledge that they shall receive from Satan shall begin to destroy the earth and kill the people of the earth. And now, it is important to understand that the powers of the Father should do nothing but give happiness to his children. Behold, none of these powers should be used to hurt any of the creations of God, and the earth and all of its inhabitants are the creations of God. And in the day of the Lord, the great power of the process that is used by the vegetation of the earth to maintain a healthy living environment shall be used by the Lord to heal the earth and provide fresh water and clean air and delicious and plentiful food for all the inhabitants of the earth. And there shall be no need for fires or heat to cook food, for the natural state of all things shall be maintained for the health and enjoyment of all. Behold, in the beginning the Father commanded that the seeds of the plants from his own planet be brought upon this planet and planted to bring forth the eternal perpetuation of themselves that existeth in these seeds. For behold, all plants are eternal in and of themselves, for the seed shall grow into a mature plant and cast its seeds again to perpetuate itself continually forever. Now this great power which is contained in all the seeds that giveth life unto the world shall be harnessed according to the knowledge and command of the Lord, and he shall command the balance of nature to once again become like it was in the Garden of Eden, in which were placed Adam and Eve. For all noxious weeds and plants which were put upon the earth to inhibit the happiness of the children of men for their own sake and experience shall be taken off the earth. Nevertheless, if a plant supporteth the balance and order of nature in its production of food for the consumption of the people of the earth, then it shall remain, whether it is an edible plant or not. And there are many plants which survive in the environment in which they are created to purify the air that we breathe and maintain a constant order in the atmosphere that alloweth for life to perpetuate itself. And these plants shall remain, not only for their purifying abilities in the order of their nature, but also for their beauty, which is beheld by the children of God, and in which they receive much glory. But every plant that doth not benefit the happiness of the children of God shall no longer be upon the earth in the day of the Lord, for he shall command them to be destroyed, that they shall no longer inhibit the joy and happiness experienced by the people of the earth. And the trees and the plants that produce food shall be placed once again in their natural state, which state shall be overseen by those who have been chosen by the Lord to produce food in its abundance. And this process of food production shall be according to the laws of nature, and not the laws of men. For the laws of men cause chaos in the laws of nature, and bring forth fruits and the produce of plants that are deficient in the natural nutrients that provide for the health and strength of those for whom these plants are intended. And if these foods are produced in their natural states, then the natural nutrients are maintained therein. And then these foods shall provide for the bodies of the people of the earth, so that they might live in their youth without sickness and pestilence, and the diseases that would kill them. Now this perpetual youth is not the resurrection of the body to its eternal state, but is a state of mortality only. For in an eternal state the spirits of the children of God shall not be able to leave the flesh that they shall receive in the resurrection, according to the kingdom which they shall inherit, according to their individual desires for happiness. And during the time of the Lord all spirits shall be brought forth into the earth to live in mortality according to the days of their probation, which days are necessary for them to show unto them that the degree of glory in the kingdoms of the Father that they have chosen for themselves is the kingdom that fulfilleth all of their desires for happiness. Behold, during the final reign of the Lord upon the earth, all bodies of flesh and bone that have not been resurrected shall be in a state that is similar to the state of those bodies which shall reside in the celestial kingdom of glory. Nevertheless, there shall be some among them upon the earth that shall have perfected bodies, that have received the resurrection that pertaineth to the glory that they have chosen for themselves. Yea, these are those who were resurrected with Christ, and also all those who have proven themselves worthy of the resurrection after the first resurrection occurred. Now, I have already touched upon these things in this record concerning the resurrection, but it sufficeth me to say that the majority of all the mortal bodies that the spirits of the children of God shall inhabit in mortality during the great millennium of the Lord shall be likened unto those bodies of a terrestrial and of a celestial nature. And all these bodies shall be healthy bodies, which shall reach the age of maturity, and never grow old again. And they shall eat of the fruit and the foods that shall be produced for them by the industry of production that the Lord shall set up throughout the whole earth. And these foods shall be available to all people without price, and whenever their hearts so desire them. And there shall be no more eating of flesh upon the earth. Yea, ye have in the words of the prophets that which they wrote, saying, But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling shall play together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed upon the plants of the earth, from which all things receiveth their life, and their young ones shall lie down together. And the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the den of a cockatrice. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Behold, how blessed shall be the day of the Lord, and the establishment of the plan of the Father upon the earth. How glorious shall be that time, when there existeth no more death, nor the murder of an animal for food, neither by the hand of man, nor by the order of nature, which causeth one animal to eat another, to maintain the balance therein. Yea, during these days the animals upon the earth shall not fear man, neither shall man fear any animal. And all animals shall be changed by the command and knowledge of the Lord, which shall fill the earth, and instruct his holy angels and servants to change the nature of the bodies of the animals of the earth by his command. And when the change hath come upon them, then shall all animals eat from the fruits and plants that taketh their power from the sun, and provideth nutrients for all life. And the fish of the sea shall not consume one another any more, but they shall be like unto the great Leviathan, who eateth the order of plants that the Lord hath provided in the sea in an abundance, and from which these great beasts of the sea receive their nutrients. And all fish in the sea shall receive their nutrients in this manner, not hurting or destroying in any form throughout the entire earth. And when all the animals of nature begin to eat those things which are of a different order, even the plant life which hath been provided for them by the Lord to exist in the environs in which they were placed to fulfill the measure of their creation, then shall the fear diminish, and disappear among all the creatures of the earth. Now, all creatures are created for the benefit of the children of God. Behold, they are not created to act independently of themselves, so that they might be like unto the souls of men who act consciously in their individual desires of joy and happiness, but these shall exist to provide this joy to those of a higher order, who are the children of God, who have been made in his own image. Therefore, all those animals that do not bring forth joy and happiness to the children of God in their interactions with them, according to the happiness that a man or woman might receive from an animal, yea, all those that serve no purpose to generate a state of happiness for the children of God, shall be taken from off the earth. For behold, these were placed here in the beginning to be an example unto the children of the Father of the difference between the plan of Lucifer, which would allow one creature to be more powerful than another and consume the weaker creature at the pleasure of the stronger one, and the plan of the Father, which provideth all things in equality for the enjoyment and happiness of all of his creations. And now I say unto you of the latter days, who shall live upon the earth before the great day of the Lord, yea, why do ye not see the great benefits of eating healthily according to the laws of nature, which would give you the health and strength that ye desire? Yea, why do ye allow those things which are processed by the hand of a man, and given unto you after they have passed through the destroying heat of fire, which taketh from them their beneficial nutrients, to be taken into your bodies? Why do ye cause yourselves to depend upon the doctors and physicians that have set themselves up above you, to maintain power over you and get gain from you? Behold, if ye would eat those things which are natural, then ye would not be sick, and ye would not have a need for a doctor. And if ye are sick and would die, except it be that ye are saved by the hand of a doctor, why is it that ye have no faith in God? In that, if ye die unto him. Know ye not that your Father loveth you, and that he would take you unto himself in love and mercy in the death of the mortal body, which is causing you pain and sorrow? Why do ye trust in the arm of flesh, and use these doctors to save the flesh, that it might be a continual burden unto you, when you could enjoy the peace of the Father that he hath promised the righteous through the peace of death? Behold, I know why ye trust in these doctors and physicians among you. Yea, ye trust in them because ye do not have faith in God, and because ye do not have faith in God, ye fear death. And it is this fear of death that causeth you to seek out your doctors and your physicians, that they might heal the infirmities that you have brought upon yourselves because of the food that ye eat, and the lack of exercise that causeth your body to rot away in a state of lethargic misery. Do you think for a moment that there shall be doctors and physicians during the time that the Lord reigneth upon the earth, even when he shall introduce the commandments of the Father pertaining to health and strength? I say unto you, there shall not be a doctor or a physician anywhere upon the earth. And those who exist upon the earth at the great and dreadful day of the Lord shall be those who shall suffer the indignation of the wrath of God, that shall be given unto them by the rod of his mouth. And with the breath of his lips shall he slay all the doctors and physicians upon the earth. Behold, I have seen the great wickedness in the latter days pertaining to the state of health that shall be among you, and never hath there been a more discontented people upon the earth, because of the unhealthy state of the bodies that ye maintain during the days of your probation in mortality in the latter days. Yea, ye have the scriptures before you, yet ye do not understand them, and ye read those things only which speaketh gentle words to your souls, and causeth you to justify the wickedness of your hearts. Behold, the prophet Daniel gave unto you an example of the law of the Lord pertaining to the foods which ye should eat among you. And it is written, And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the seed of the king, who were the princes, yea, children in whom was no blemish, but well favoured and skilful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the palace of the king, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the meat of the king, and of the wine which he drank, that they might be nourished for 3 years, and that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were of the children of Judah Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave different names than those that had been given them by their fathers. For he gave unto Daniel the name Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. But Daniel, knowing the law of the Lord in all things, purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the meat of the king, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself with these things. Now God had brought Daniel into favour and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord, the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink, that ye might be nourished before him. For why should he see your faces worse looking than the children, which are his princes, and not of your sort? If he seeth this in you, then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, Prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and compare them to the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the meat of the king. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this manner, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the meat of the king, and who drank his wine. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and above them all Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams, because he was called as a prophet of God. Now at the end of the days that the king had commanded his servant to bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar, and the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. Now Daniel could not have been a prophet if he did not understand the mysteries and the laws of God pertaining to all things. And he did understand these things, and for this reason he introduced the laws of health to the king and his house, that they might know the power of God which was in him. And now the Lord is not so much concerned with that which ye consume to live, but he is more concerned with that which ye do with the life and the energy that ye receive from the food that ye eat. Nevertheless, during the millennium there shall be no more taking the life of an animal for its flesh, nor shall any be allowed to cook their food for nourishment of the bodies that shall be provided in those days for the children of men.